snap, it's crackle, what a happy sound. You gotta have the happiest sound I found. You can't stop hopping, the cereal's slapping. Snap, crackle, pop makes the world go round.
Hello, guys. I'm back with another video. And today on the workbench, we've got a Xbox Series X that came in for repair. Apparently, this one took a bit of a tumble, and as you can see, the case is not sitting within the clips. And of course, when consoles fall with HDMIs plugged in, generally speaking, you kind of see it there on the right hand side, that HDMI is toast. So we've got a couple things to do today. Cleaning. How do I take it apart? How do I clean it? All of that stuff. Now, I have to get into the console anyways to replace the HDMI port on the lower board. So that's why cleanings are always included, is because I need to get in there anyways. And we don't like getting dirty, right? So as we go into consoles, we kind of clean them. And today I want to show you guys how to do that. So I'm just going to start by opening up the console. As you can see, this console is extremely dirty inside. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe the perimeter of the dust just with a paper towel that I sprayed with Windex just to kind of pick up some of the residual dust there. I'm not trying to actually clean it. I just want to get some of the loose stuff off. This connector is the same as all other connectors. It's the same way to get it out. Pull it straight back and rock it back and forth, and it will come right off. Just like that, and then the fan will just pop out and pull out, and you can see there, this thing looks like it's operating outside, for God's sakes, but it's quite dirty. Second step to getting this out is we need to take the disk drive off and we need to remove the bottom. Disk drive's held in by two screws, one on the left top here, and then there's one underneath the actual stand, which is right here. So the way you get that off is there's a little clip right down here, and I usually just use my little pry tool. You just get underneath the little tab here and just peel up. Once you peel it up, you can twist this counterclockwise and pull the stand off. So once we have that off, basically you're going to go for the one screw that's over by the cover. It's right here. You can see where my screwdriver is. Once you have that, you can kind of get in there. Again, I like to use my little tool here to just kind of pry up. You don't need to put too much pressure on it. It's got little rubber capture points here and here just to support the disk drive. Connector to our disk drive is done the same way as every other. Pull it from all wires, straight up, gently rock. Now, the SATA connector can be a pain. In the case of the SATA connector, I do recommend using a pair of pliers. I usually just grab it from both sides and I just gently pull and rock. There's your disk drive out. That's super simple. I'll flip it up to show you, but there's 3 bolts under here. We got to take those out to get the main unit out. I'm going to take those out. Now that we got those out, this is free, but we still have two connectors. So you have the main connector here, and then we have the Nexus connector. This goes to your power button. Let's see if I can show it to you. Right in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my X-Acto blade under that little lip and just gently pry up. So we'll do that now. Once you have that popped up, just it is stuck down, and I did lose the little pull piece. It's easier when it's got that little black mylar on there, but just gently lift up and release. Pull it straight back. And now the other one is the Nexus connector. Nexus connector is really easy. A lot of people screw this one up too, and when it gets screwed up, it's a bit of a pain. Little metal tab back there. This one is pressed down. So just get in there with something and just gently press down. You'll feel it kind of spring. Once it's down, you can basically pull that. Oh, these smilers are coming right off. You can pull it right straight back. It'll come straight back at you, just like this. Okay? If it's too hard, you're not doing it right, or you don't have the lock disengaged, but it's pretty simple. So to get this out now, you just slide it slightly forward because it's sitting in some capture points. Slightly forward and then pull it straight back and out. Okay, so at this point, I am going to take this outside because as you can see, there is all kinds of goodness in there. I'm going to go clean this and I will be back in a flash. A couple things I'm going to do. I'm going to blow this out with air. I'm going to blow out the fan. And I'm also going to blow out the heat stack because you can see right now it's pretty gross looking. You can see in my fin stack on the main unit itself, we've got it all cleaned out. There's no more dust. Yeah, it was pretty gross. So anyway, the way I like to work on these when I'm taking them apart initially is with the power supply up. And I just simply take the band off as the starting piece here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this cord and just get this peeled back, and we're just going to start disassembling. This one clip as well, open that up. Okay, so to get this front connector, power connector off, you just squish in the little guy there and pull up and it'll come out. Now this one's a little more tricky. The latch is actually on the front side of the connector. I usually just use a screwdriver and push up on the top of it here, and there we go, just like that. Perfect. Power supply is free, you can take that out of your way. Need to change your power supply. There you go, reversal from here. Gotta grab it and just kind of gently rock. Removing your ribbon cable, do not forget. You just push down on the clip in the center, pull straight up, and once that is free, you should be able to just pull your South Bridge board out of the way, and you can set that off to the side. Okay, so here we are. We're down to the X clamp and some of the thermal putty that I like to get out of the way. So let's just slowly take some pressure off here. I like to do this in a couple stages. I don't like pulling one screw out from one side all the way. I crisscross and I kind of pull them out in a couple stages. Usually 2 is enough. working it until... Oh, this corner's being a bit of a pain in the butt. Let's get it again. Just like so. And off the board comes. There's our expansion slot. And yeah, you can see. So this is a classic example of what happens when a cord hits the ground with the console. Because it's sitting sideways, like this, which you can't really see, but because it's sitting sideways, when it goes down, it basically cocks the connector inside there and puts excessive pressure on the one corner because it's smashing into the ground, and it usually breaks that corner. I've seen this a lot with these boards. It's pretty common. Flip the board over gently. We want to kind of get in here while we have the board warm. Let's get in focus here. Bring us over to our port. Okay, and yeah. Make sure you put some flux on there. These boards, they are very, very thick, as I mentioned. So the quicker you can work while the board is warm, the better. You guys might notice I switch fluxes. I still prefer using Kimpo to drop ports down with. I find it doesn't evaporate as quickly as that other stuff. Steri is still pretty good for general use, but I'm kind of using that nano flux right now for general use, so yeah. We just want to put it everywhere we're going to do our work in. Beauty. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. We want to heat this up gently, making sure you don't put a whole bunch of heat over in this top corner here by my fingernail. That's where the SD booster is. let's do a quick strength test on that. We can use my pliers, I suppose. That's the first thing I grabbed. Alright, let's see what we got. Solid, 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 tough, tough, solid, tough, solid, 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 tough, tough, tougher, toughest, toughy, toughen, solid. Okay, that's good. It's not going nowhere. That's good. Those are good values. Ow, I just dropped my leads on my lap and stabbed myself. That was not smart. Alright, thermal paste. The perfect amount. Kingpin cooling. KPX, my favorite kind. The way I do this is I just go down the middle. One. Can peel that back down. Looks good. Okay, and two. Boomity boom boom. Just like so. And bamity bam. Alright. And it rumbled. That is a good sign. There's our power. And what do we got here? My monitor being dumb again? Oh. On the wrong input. That would do it. Okay, there she is. And let's just have a look-see here. Make sure everything's good. That's it for this one, guys. Everything is working good. I'm going to bench test this, and that should be it. Hopefully that helped you guys out with the cleaning and everything else. The Xbox Series X is actually a fairly simple console to take apart. You just need to be careful. And as long as you're careful and you do everything in the proper steps, you won't have any problems taking it apart and cleaning it out. The Xbox Series X is better for cleaning than the PS5. PS5 is a lot more steps to get into to clean it. So from that standpoint, the Xbox Series X is an easier system technically to maintain. But, you know, you actually have to take it apart still. And a lot of people don't feel comfortable with doing that, and they should, because it's no different than this thing over here, right? That computer comes apart every 6 months or so for a complete blowout. It is due. I can see all the dust inside of it right now. These consoles are not any different than a computer, okay? They're a confined space, smaller actually, and they have constant air moving through them, which means there's constant dust, lint, everything else going through them. You definitely want to stay on top of this. You don't want to be overheating your console just because. Putting additional fans on and these stands and all this other stuff that I see is completely unnecessary. All you need to do is make sure it's clean inside and it'll work fine. So I hope that helped you guys out. I'm going to kind of play around with this game because I've never actually seen it before. If you like my content or you find it helpful, please hit me up with a subscribe or a like, comment, any of the three, or just watch the video all the way through. A lot of you only seem to watch like 2 minutes or 3 minutes of my videos, so you know, do whatever you can to help me out. I am trying to grow the channel, so until the next one, peace.